And I literally started crying because I realized I will never get a girlfriend and I will never have sex. One thing leads to another, and now it's just me and the bottle of wine looking at the stars. Whispers to my ear, there is something about you, but I don't know what it is. But the best benefit I noticed, that I'm not sure if people are talking about online, is that hello my friends, welcome back home. It's the summer of 2018. I am 17 years old. It's almost midnight. I'm doing my usual routine when going to sleep. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep unless I was touching myself. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. When I'm done, I put my phone on charger and I try to fall asleep. But for some reason I can't seem to. Instead, I start to think about what happened earlier that day. I was in school and I tried to talk to this one girl. When I did, she literally said, "You, get away from me." So now I'm just lying in my bed looking into the darkness of my room. And I literally start crying because I realized that I will never get a girlfriend and I will never have sex. So I'm using porn as an escape from real life. It got so bad that the next day I'm sitting on my balcony enjoying the view, but I'm texting my friend Tommy, who I've never met in my entire life. Tommy is a guy who gets women a lot. I'm like, what the f, how do you get these women? So I'm texting him, how do you get women? Because I'm bad. It seems like every single girl he speaks to want him. Nobody wants me, so this is a perfect plan right now. I'm gonna learn from the master and then I'm gonna get girls. But he says to me that he doesn't even know. So I'm lost right now. If you don't watch my other videos, Tommy is my friend who I met online while playing Minecraft. So at this moment, when I'm sitting on that balcony, I don't understand how a Minecraft nerd can get bitches. Anyways, this is my existence for one more year. Until I watch a video on YouTube when one guy was explaining semen retention and how it can help you get women. So I decided I'm going to give it a try. But I failed on the second day. So I try again. But now I fail on the 7th day. But now this feels like an accomplishment for me. I slowly began to do it less and less. When one day, I'm on day 14 of not watching porn and not touching myself. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Only to bust a nut the same night. Now is the spring of 2019, almost a year since that girl told me, "Ew." I'm standing on a corner of the street. I'm facing the sidewalk that crosses to the other side of the road. But there's not one girl with me, there's two. It's the Valentine's Day, but they are working here for some bank to lure people in here and potentially convert them into customers. So they are giving away free roses. The reason I'm here is because one of these girls is a girl I'm seeing and I wanna f. Her name is Emma, she's blonde. So I decided I'm going to stand here with them and seduce people for them. I'm holding a red rose, but they don't believe me that I can sign anyone. There is an old lady approaching on the sidewalk, so I stop her and give her the rose I'm holding. She stops by us and starts talking about her life. Emma is flabbergasted when this woman is signing to be their customer. She doesn't believe it. I should also mention Emma's friend who's working here as well, because I mentioned two girls. Her name is Olivia. She's got black hair and green eyes. She's actually so much more attractive than Emma, so now I feel a stronger pull towards her. She's impressed. So she positioned herself to be closer to me, to speak to me more. Olivia is holding a vase full of roses, so she just became my supplier. I'm luring people from every direction that I can see. For some reason, Olivia is looking into my eyes all the time. For example, Emma is talking to me, but instead of looking at Emma, she's looking at me. This is kind of funny to me because 1 year ago when I was crying in my dark room, I would have never guessed that any girl would want me, let alone two at the same time. They are literally fighting for my attention. Emma says something, and Olivia tries to say something more nasty to top it off. At the end of the day, the sun is setting, and the sky is now painted with orange. This feels like a movie for me. I don't even believe this is real. However, I look at the sidewalk and there is my friend approaching me. This guy is the type of guy who says something stupid and he will ruin the moment with these girls. So I'm just looking at him and I'm signaling to him to just walk past us. But he doesn't pick up on this, so he shakes my hand and he asks me if I will give him a rose. I didn't. I am not gay. So he just laughs and leaves. I am so relieved now that he didn't say anything stupid, because this is going so well with these girls for me right now. It's not like this happens every day for me. This literally is the first time that this is happening right now with girls. The sun is now below the horizon, so I decided I'm going home. But as I'm walking away, one foot on the sidewalk, I feel a tap on my shoulder and I hear a woman's voice say my name. I turn around and it's Olivia. She is smiling. She tells me that before I leave, I have to give her my Instagram while Emma is at the restroom. I give it to her. Before I leave, however, she opens her arms and she demands to hug me. I hug her, of course. I'm not gay. But I stop for a second because I don't believe my own eyes. About 10 minutes later, I'm walking home, but I'm halfway there. I feel a vibration in my pocket. It's my phone. So I grab it, unlock it, and it's Olivia. She texted me. Literally. This is the first time a woman texted me first. So while texting, we decided that we're gonna hang out tomorrow. But just me and her, without Emma. One thing leads to another, and now it's just me, Olivia, and a bottle of wine, lying on the grass looking at the stars. She's lying next to me, but quickly gets on top of me to start kissing me. When she pulls away though, I can see her smiling, even though it's dark outside. It's not the type of smile I usually get from girls. Not that friendly type of shit, no. This smile says that she wants to eat me right now. So as I'm looking up at her, with stars behind her, I have a moment, because I realize that the reason she's looking at me like this is because I held my sexual energy within me for over 2 months. So now this energy is fueling my body and my spirit with power. She wants a taste of it. In fact, while I'm having my moment, she goes in to kiss me, but whispers to my ear, "There is something about you that I started noticing yesterday, but I don't know what it is. I want you." That's when I think back to when I was crying alone in my dark room at midnight. I can see that she wants me. From that moment on, I never looked at porn the same ever again. My friend, I don't know if you believe in coincidences, but after dating this girl for a few weeks, there was a time I busted a nut after those 2 months. And that exact day, she left me. I believe there are no coincidences in the universe. This was the first time for me when I stopped watching porn and touching myself. And what I noticed is that girls started gravitating towards me as if I was a planet and I was attracting everything to me like with gravity. But it's not just that. I saw that my life got so much better. I could now get more out of every single day. Days felt like they were alive. And I don't know if you noticed, but there is something very similar with moments like this that you remember vividly. You are present. This allowed me to be more present. I had better workouts, I felt more confident. There were so many things that I started noticing after stopping to watch porn. But what also happens, my friend, if you are inexperienced, you will kinda get blinded by women. Because this girl I mentioned in my story, Olivia, she was a And I know this because I've heard a lot about her before. And after I hang out with her, Olivia and her friends had this Instagram account where they posted pictures of them with men. Like, it was a matter of scoring which girl had the most pictures with men. and I ended up being there. But my naive self thought that I must be special. That's why she put me there. Oh my f***ing god, bro. But then I saw that she also posted my friend on the same page. I thought she was gonna be my wife. Yeah, but that's what can happen when you are inexperienced and you stop busting and you go on semen retention. Because my friend, what happens is when you watch porn, you basically desensitize yourself and you feel like you are the king. Because think of it biologically. Back when we were living without technology in small tribes, living in caves, making campfires, we saw sex as a way of winning in life. Because reproducing was what kept you alive. So when you do this every single day and you watch porn, which is the worst, you will start to feel lazy. You will start to feel like you don't know what to do with your life. You will start to compare yourself to everybody. Because you know why? You are just giving away your life force. Your sexual energy is your life force. So if you just freely give it away every single day, no wonder you feel lazy, you don't know what to do, you procrastinate, you can't focus, you can't get girls, you feel like shit in the gym. No wonder, my friend, because this is exactly what's gonna happen. So you can just start to imagine what will happen when you don't do this. You will start to feel alive again. And that's exactly what happened to me. Right now I'm like 3 years free. Maybe I just once or twice in these 3 years. That's huge because I used to do it every single day before going to sleep. So if you want to change your life very quickly, you have to start doing this, or actually stop doing this. It's one of the fastest ways you can improve yourself right now, today. If you are depressed, this will likely be also the reason why you are depressed. I don't think I need to say much more because you heard a lot of guys say the benefits of it, of course. But what you do want to know is if they actually work. From personal experience, they absolutely are real. You can count on that. You can have my words. Just go ahead, try it for 7 to 14 days, and I can guarantee you that all of those things you see online, they are real. But what is real as well is obsessing about this. If you start obsessing about semen retention and what day you are on, I can almost guarantee you that you will feel even worse. So the trick here is to not even count the days. That's what I did. I literally had to think before how long I'm doing this. Because I had no idea. But the best benefit I noticed that I'm not sure if people are talking about online is that I don't have to like dumb down my authentic self. Because when I was watching porn, I always had to play like I'm the cool kid. Because deep down I knew that I will go home and watch porn and touch myself. But since stopping it, I noticed that I can just let out my real self without needing to worry about covering it up. Because I don't have to cover it up. The person you are seeing in front of you, that's real. That's who I am. I don't need to pretend to be anybody else. So the biggest benefit I noticed personally is this. Being able to be myself. It's gonna be hard those first days because I kept failing day after day. First day failed, second day failed, then I tried 7 days, failed on the 5th day. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but once you get used to it, once you stop watching it for good, I'm telling you, the benefits are real. If you want to get better in your life much quicker, click the first link in the description. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and speaking to you, my friends. And remember, we go above and beyond. Hoppa!